Hi and welcome back to New Forest Feasts. Today we are making the ultimate crowd pleasing, really easy and absolutely delicious appetizer, the Camembert Wreath. This is perfect for any gatherings, and the best part, once again, we're using shop bought pastry to make this super simple. So let's cook. Alright, so let's look at what we're going to need today. One beautiful Camembert cheese, the star of the show, or a brie if you prefer. 2 rolls of pre-made shop bought pastry. It's going to be your best friend in the kitchen today. And then some green and red pesto for a burst of flavour. A sprig of rosemary, which is optional. 1 egg for the egg wash. And to serve, we have some cranberry sauce, but red currant jelly if you prefer. And then some cooked chestnuts. So that's it. Simple ingredients, maximum impact. Let's get on the assembly. So first things first, I've preheated the oven to 200 degrees Celsius, or for a fan oven, 180 degrees Celsius. Then we get our baking tray. And first take your roll of pastry out of the fridge and carefully unroll it onto the tray. And make sure it's nice and flat all to the edges. And next, to get that round wreath shape, I found a bowl which fits quite well. I'm just going to place that on there and then trim around it. And there's my rough shape. And now for the star of the show, the Camembert. So carefully unwrap and place this in the centre. And that is going to be our guide. Next up is the flavour bombs. I've got green and red pesto. I'm going to spread these around the edge and alternate them for a bit of colour difference.
Hi, I'm a new channel looking for subscribers who love cooking. So if you find this helpful and enjoyable, hit that subscribe button and you get notified every time I drop a new video.
So I'm alternating these on both halves. There'll be a nice visual and flavour contrast. And don't be shy with the pesto either, it's going to be delicious. So now we're going to pop this aside and work on the second roll of puff pastry. Now this one's been in the fridge to keep it nice and cool, otherwise the pastry layers start getting soggy and stick together. So this is nice and cool. Again, we get our bowl, pop it over the top and just give it a trim. So now we bring back the first roll and place this on top. Now for our second sheet of pastry. Carefully pick it up and place it over the top. And then you're going to carefully work it around the cheese. And now after a nice tight seal around the base. And just gently press in. To create that seal. Okay, so once you're at this stage, just gently peel away the excess. And then with a knife, you're looking to make equal cuts each side. So hold the paper this side, cut down to the paper and just gently pull across. And likewise the other side. And then repeat this. And as you're doing this, you'll see the pastry the top one does stretch a little bit, helping covering a bit more. Okay, so now we made a cut top and bottom, side to side, and then we've gone in between those ones. So we have to this corner, to that corner, and so on and so forth. And now what we're after is to cut in the middle of these two. So what we're left with is even numbers of strips. So as you can see there, that was going to tear away, so be a bit careful with it. There we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 in each quarter. So at this stage, there's two ways to do it. You can grab these little spurs coming off and twist it around all the same way, a working way around. Or another great little trick is grab them in twos, and then you can spin them around, grab them again and do it again, and then you pinch them together. So at this stage, as you can see, the pesto does leak out and make quite a mess, but I would not worry about that at all. But what I would do is just trim away this excess paper from flapping up and preventing the pastry from cooking. Okay, so the last stage, I've made holes in the top there for the sprigs of rosemary. But before they go in, we need the egg wash. So I like to add a little bit of milk to mine. And as before, with any pastry like this, make sure you cover the cleanest parts first, otherwise all this green and red pesto will go everywhere. So I like to work from the cleanest part, then to the greens, and finally to the red. Right, so we have that ready to go. Now it's the rosemary. So I've broken it into smaller pieces and just placed those in the holes. There's two options with the rosemary. You can add it straight onto the cheese before you wrap it in the pastry, but the cheese then will be infused with it. With my family, some like the rosemary, some don't, so what I tend to do is place it on top, and the top section of the pastry then has that flavour and can be added to any bite they have. Okay, let's get into the oven for 20 to 25 minutes. Perfect, so that's in the oven, 20-25 minutes. Now you probably noticed there's lots of pastry trims left over. Now I'm not one to waste anything, so my intention is to make small little croissants filled with onion chutney and goat's cheese. So I'll catch you soon. So to get ready to serve, we're going to be having cranberry sauce and some chopped up chestnuts. There we are, not too fine. Bit of crunch, lovely and buttery. Perfect. Oh wow, look at this. Absolutely beautiful. So what I've done here to neaten it up, that's the original paper, but just carefully tuck it under and place it on fresh paper. That way presentation's back on form and you can serve it up nice and neat. So then add your chestnuts, cranberry sauce. The taste test. Wow. Words can't do this justice. I mean, if you like what we're into this, the ingredients, you know it tastes incredible. But for me, it's the contrast between the crunchy puff pastry, the creamy camembert, the buttery chestnuts, and that sweet cranberry sauce. It's just brilliant. All right, see you next time. Merry Christmas. So for those who wanted to see the creation of my slap up croissant savoury dish, which I'm not going to lie, I've just gone through the fridge and pulled out bits that I've got left over. So first, get a nice clean knife for the goat's cheese. So I'm looking at the widest point, the close, so I'll use that bit there. I appreciate this is a bit off script, but it's always good to see using up leftovers. Waste not, want not. So the idea now is with a croissant, you roll it over and over and over, but the bottom stays the thickest part, and as you roll it, you have the thinner part on top. So you're going to have to sacrifice a bit more. So I'm going to trim it down this way. So I'm happy with that. And then you get the biggest part. Now some of this is going to be kind of squirting out. I can see that already. I'm just going to take a little bit of the chutney off. Well, there we go, push it back into the middle. And then coming over and over again and over again. And that's what you're left with, and then the edges, just pinch them together if you wish. So it's not big, but it's a nice little snack. So this can be a bit easier. You're looking just to fold it over, and when you're matching the end of there, just chop it off, and then with a fork you just crimp it. And these are brilliant to make, and then you can just keep them in the fridge. Make sure they get really dry after you cool them down, and then pop them into a nice little Tupperware box, maybe with some very dry kitchen roll, just preventing that moisture work its way back into it. For the next couple of days, you can just pull it out and pop it in the air fryer, and you have a great little snack that'll take just minutes to warm up. Okay, so that worked well. It's almost looking like a bit of ravioli. And this one's going to be a bit tougher. I'm trying to work out the best way to do that one. And this I'm going to experiment and do a little bit of a roll. Of course, you can use sweet things with this, so you could have goat's cheese, honey, or if you want to go completely sweet, just get the Nutella out or chocolate spread and pop that into them. It works really well. And this one I'm thinking maybe make a small purse. Okay, process is not pretty, but I think these are going to work really well. I will show you them at the end as well, how these turn out. But they just need an egg wash, and then I can get these into the oven at the same time. And I'll take you through these. Now, as you saw when I was making them, the prize piece of leftover made it a nice croissant. The next larger pieces into small pockets, and then working down, got some rolls, and then a small little pocket parcel. And I had a very thin strip, which could be made into a croissant, and I went ahead and put Nutella into this one here. So that's a comprehensive snack going on. And I might as well do a small impromptu little taste test. Yeah, I'd be happy if I bought that from anywhere. But of course, I know what went into it. It's fresh. All I would say is leave it cool down. But yeah, I'll catch you next time.